Hello, welcome back to my show. This is Splitfire 3 TV. I'm your host. They call me the Black Nova. And it's been a minute, I know, but I had to come back. Things are just not getting any better. So let's talk about it. First of all, I want to talk about why is it that there's so many people missing, but nobody's talking about it? Every day on my page, I see so many people just coming up missing. And mainly, there are a lot of children, black children to be exact. Now, you can say what you want, but these kids are not running away. They're not just up and leaving, they're being taken. And if you pay attention to some of the things going on in your neighborhood, it's happening everywhere in every state, the same way. You find that there's people lurking, people in vans, people in cars. You have what you call spotters. You know, they go around and spot the children and they help capture them. And if I can figure that out, why is it that the police haven't been able to figure it out? I mean, we live in a society where you can get shot for just walking up the street, holding a cigarette, answering your phone, all type of things. But when it comes to our children, there's silence, there's nothing being done. People acting like they're doing stuff. And in some cases, the very people that's supposed to protect us and they're looking for us are the ones actually committing the crimes. There's been cases where the child trafficking thing has been manipulated by people of, I want to say, official rankings. Police, judges, prosecutors, teachers, you name it, they've had somebody in one of those aspects in some form of child pornography or child abduction or child sexual activities. So that makes you wonder, is that why there's the big silence? It's not on the news nowhere. There's not a segment that points out that kids are being taken at a high rate. It's amazing that that's not even a story. Just looking at black people alone, there's over 60,000 people in a period of time being taken and coming up missing, but yet still nobody's saying anything. And as far as our kids, I look at the range they're being taken. It's just from the ages of 2 to 15 are being taken at a high rate, and nobody's doing anything. So I want to put the pressure on the people that the pressure should be on. Mr. Police Officer, what are you doing? How is it that you can patrol a whole neighborhood and kids can constantly get abducted and you have not made any arrests on any attempts? Mr. Prosecutor, why is you not putting the pressure on these cops in these precincts to end this onslaught of people just taking our kids and disappearing with them? These kids are not being found. They're not being reunited with their families. They're just missing, and nobody is even really looking for them. You can say what you want, but the facts are in. If you look at all the statistics of how many kids are found to the ratio of kids not found, it's ridiculous. And I just want to keep putting the pressure on those people who could do something. House of Representatives and Congress, y'all sit up there, y'all get paid all these six-figure amounts, and you're supposed to solve problems, but you can't even solve the problem of our kids being abducted. Same with you, Mr. President. You say you're going to come and protect us and you want to put up this wall, and yet still you can't even keep our children safe in our neighborhoods, in our states, in our country. So it sounds ridiculous that we should spend billions of dollars on a wall when we can't even protect the people within our states. The relevancy of some of these things that goes on makes no sense. They just seem like distractions. And that's what I see on a regular basis, is distractions all over the place. But our children are being taken and not returned. They're not even being looked for on a high scale. Now, you can say what you want, but I'm telling you facts. Where are the children going? If they ran away, how come we still can't find them? I just don't understand. Make it make sense to me. Now, I go out and I do what I can, and I pay attention when I see the white vans or red or blue vans that stick out of my neighborhood. They're not buying anything. They're just slow riding. And I make sure I get a good look at the people. That way if something happened, I can say, well, I've seen this van and this type of person was in it. Because it makes no sense for them to be there. They stick out. You see them. You'll see a van and you'll see a car. You'll see the van interact with the people in the car. What do you think they're talking about? There's been videos of people who posted them on their Facebook pages of people following them in a van in a car. But I don't see any news reports of those vans and cars being stopped, people being captured or anything. And some people say, well, it's hard because you can't really do nothing until they commit the acts. And that's true. But you have to be around with your eyes open to catch them in that act. Now, people say, well, when you come up with a problem, you speak upon it, you got to have some kind of solution, or you become part of the problem. Well, I do have a solution. The solution is stop messing with innocent people. Stop trying to kill innocent black people. Focus more on helping the children of this world. Look for the people who are trying to hurt these children and put them away. Because I see a lot of people getting, arrested for rape of children and getting off free. How is that possible? How is probation is a result of you capturing them and then letting them somewhat, in my eyes, go, when the person who gets raped at whatever age have to live with that forever? And your answer is, well, it shouldn't really be that detrimental to somebody's life that happened. Oh, yes, it should. Because the person that's raped, that affects them forever. It just don't go away just because that person is no longer around. They have to live with that. So the sentence should fit the crime. And a lot of times it don't. A person who rapes a person should spend a substantial amount of time in jail. I don't care what color. Black, white, yellow, whatever you want to call it. If you take somebody's innocence, or if you take somebody's spiritual flesh, I guess that's what you would call it, from them, just for your own gratification, you should pay for it because they're paying for it. Should never want to be in a situation where your lust has adversely affected someone else. So with that, I'm going to cut this short. I just want